Okay, looks like we have sound, and so just keeping up with what I'm doing. In case you're wondering what Regina is up to, what she's been doing, where she's at. Um, I usually, a lot of times, I just think you're right there with me, but the reality is you're not right there with me. You're you're off doing whatever you wanted to do. But a lot of people want to know what is Regina up to. So this is what I'm currently up to. I just got my new television set. It's a Samsung 65-inch television with 120 refresh rate. Now I haven't bought a television in like I don't know 10, 15 years. Ever since I got my monitor for my gaming computer, I haven't needed a television because of the dots per inch on my monitor. It just was fantastic. The reason I waited so long to buy a television, a flat screen television, is because there was a lot of problems with the first original flat screens, as there is with anything else. So I waited. This has got pure color. Don't know what that means. HDR, motion ratio 120. Okay, that's good. 4K UHD. 4K. Wow, wow. 4K, 4 Max. Which leads me to believe that it's not a true 4K, only under certain conditions. But still, these flat screen televisions have gotten a lot better, especially now that we're in 2019 and they're getting to be 100 inches long and 65 inches long. So again, moving along, I'm really impressed with this 4K television. It's not exactly what I wanted, but instead of having to pay 3,000 or 6,000 or 15,000 like they were when they were original, I got this one for $700. On sale, it's a 2018 model, not a 2019 model. Again, UHD TV, 65-inch screen, 6 series UN 6900. And it's not one of your, great models, fantastic models, but it is a good television. Yeah, I'm pretty much impressed. I'm taking out my old 42-inch or 38-inch television, and I'm going to be putting this one on in its place. I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to stand it up because it's so long, but one of the nice things about I've always wanted these big long televisions, but only corporations could afford them for a long, long time. And so here we're going to open it up. We cut it up. We cut out the straps. We cut the tape. We open the door. We fold back the folds on it, and here we go. We got the 2 legs. We're looking inside. It's pretty curious. This is the instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on what size television you got, 50, 55, 60, 65 inch. Again, I got the 65 inch. This is the map. How to pull it out of the box. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Generally what I do is I just cut a seam along one side. I'm going to keep the box so when I move this TV, I can keep it safe. Alright, so there we have the instructions and page 4 and 5, how to pull it out, how to assemble it. Pretty simple assembly, just attach the legs, plug it in. Right now I'm running this television. Oh, here's the owner's manual. The remote control works really nice. Remote and the books. And we got the cable to plug in the TV. Right now I'm using digital analog, where you get the analog line in, and I get about 65 channels, which condenses down to about, I don't know, I'm going to say 14 television stations that are local with my super duper high frequency antenna of some sort. Well, basically what I'm talking about is doing my homework on this television, and I can go ahead and move my one screen to the next from my monitor to my television. And of course I got this TV to play games, which I don't really play anymore. I've kind of that's what I was going to college for, to learn how to become a game developer, but I think I'm going to concentrate my efforts now into business. The next iteration of this is business, so we're going to take business classes. There's a little knife there. I'm going to cut open the side, just one side, slide out TV almost out of the box. And then I'll put the legs on. I think I didn't show you that, but I'm pretty impressed with this. This is a pretty simple, let's see, unboxing, and it's pretty simple to put the TV together. There's a protective wrapping there. There's a television. I'm having so much fun. I'll try and cut out as much as possible from this video. I don't want to bore you because it is pretty simple to put together. Here's the remote control. Here are the brains. The messenger, the messenger to the brains. And it's pretty standard, simple, you know, channel changer, on and off switch, volume, guide info, exit, the guides and the info, Samsung. Got a little tag there, nothing fancy. So anyway, moving along. The picture quality on this you will see shortly. It is amazing. Now it was a little pasty because I had it set on energy saver, and when it went on to the different modes, I noticed that I prefer natural or as opposed to movie. Movie was a little too dim for me. Natural seemed the colors and the details of the 4K seemed pretty natural. Now it didn't seem like a true 4K. It didn't seem, the detail wasn't there for me. So anyway, moving along. I use high resolution Canon lenses and Canon cameras, so I'm used to, like, your 1920 by 1080 seems to have a higher resolution than a lot of these so-called 4K TVs and other small cameras that you buy from the iPhone. It seems like the 4K resolution isn't really there when you pay for these higher resolutions. They just seem like they're more like a 1K. Again, they use plastic lenses, which aren't as clear and crisp as the glass lenses from Canon are. So, okay, here I am setting this thing up. I'm scanning for channels, getting back to the TV, I'm scanning for channels. And it's going to go through the process of scanning for channels because my cable won't be connected until the 25th. And I'm going with consolidated cabling. They just come right in from the outside to inside your home, and you get 100 megabytes per second. I'm going to try out their 50 megabytes per second. I did want to stay with AT&T, but their highest megabytes per second for televisions and that sort of stuff is only 24 megabytes per second, which was very disappointing to me. Okay, here we go. See how clear and crisp that is? And again, it's at this rate, it's one of the higher resolutions, very bright, but it's very pasty. So I had to drop this resolution down to natural. And I like the sharpness, clarity. It was a little dimmer, but a lot more detail in the picture there, and more natural looking than people being pink or the colors being blasted out, the contrast being blasted out. So anyway, as you can see, as you can look, you can see all the different colors, and I've speeded up the video. You can see the clarity on a $1,200 television, how clear and crisp the 4K is. Now, of course, this is not a $3,000 or $5,000 4K television. I'll have to look into that later on. I just bought this temporarily until I figure out my next monitor. Hopefully, I'll be able to get into a 40 or 42 inch monitor, or maybe a 32 inch monitor, or I'll probably buy like 3 40 48-inch or 42-inch monitors for my next generation computer, and we'll leave that for another day. I hope you liked this unboxing. I hope you liked the picture. The pictures ran really quick. I speeded them up. I didn't want to bore you. But this 65-inch, I'm very happy with the size of this television and how big it is. I'm very excited about that. I love that. You know, I waited this long so that televisions would not only drop in price but give us this type of quality. Now, how long this television lasts, that's a big concern for me. At $700 from a $1,200 or $1,000 television, or $15, whatever it was before Christmas, I'm interesting to see. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see the football, the Super Bowl on this television, but that's not why I bought this TV. I bought this so I can play games and do my homework using this monitor, the 65-inch monitor, and I also wanted to see how much better these televisions were. All right, everybody, I've got to go off to work. Work is an important part, an integral part of being a woman, an adult. You got to go to work. So tune in next time, because we're going to be discussing what business Regina is going to start. What type of, now that scares me too. So we'll talk about this very, very scary issue, starting your own business as a transgender woman. All right, everybody. Until next time, hopefully I'll have another video for you shortly when I start college again on Tuesday, January the 22nd, 2019. One last thing, I'm hoping to show you or to go to New York as a transgender girl to the 2020 New York New Year's Eve party bash at Times Square. All right, and I will let you know how that goes. Everyone have a great, great, great day, great holidays, happy weekend, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Goodbye, everybody. Much love from